Nothing a little fender rolling action won't fix. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Streamline Builds. It's time to give some attention to this poor neglected Camaro. I've just been driving the crap out of it for the last couple of years since I pretty much got it on the road. And originally I started out with an aluminum radiator in there, 21-inch wide, and then I came across this in my 69Z28, an original 23-inch wide, heavy-duty 4-row, and just figured I'd throw that in there. However, it has developed a leak where the electric fan mounts in, spraying some coolant out. So I just went ahead and bought a new 23-inch. It's a 3-core instead of a 4, so yeah, whatever. We got to do it, so we're going to throw that in. I also got Speedo Cable because I had a 69 Speedo Cable brand new before. When I put this car together and I threw that in here, it doesn't screw onto the back of the Speedo cluster. It just slides on 69. 67 it screws on, so it's been kind of funky, pops off all the time. So got the right one now. Also got a rear view mirror. Looking fresh. The old one's all original and faded out and cracking and whatever. So that'll be good. We also have lowering stuff. We're going to lower this thing finally, get down a couple inches, and see how we like it from there. Might end up upgrading the wheels, do just a complete freshen up transformation. I'm excited about it. Hope you are too. Alright, while that's draining, I'm going to start loosening the upper hose, get this electric fan popped off, and maybe loosen up a couple bolts. There we go. Got that rad out of there. And unfortunately, had a pretty big hole in it. I was surprised how little of coolant came out because the car never really seemed to overheat, but there's a pretty nice hole right there. She was, I'm sure, spitting quite nicely. Car never smoked or steamed, or I never saw anything coming out under the hood, so I don't know. Might have happened when it was cold and it just leaked out somewhere somehow. I don't know. I never saw a puddle on the floor, and then I've only driven it short distance recently, so weird. Now this has been all fixed up here. I also got the new rear view mirror installed. And as far as the speedometer cable goes, I have to get under the car for that. And to do that, we're going to jack it up and start in the rear here. We're going to look for about, what do we have for a gap? Wow, at least full 3 inches. Maybe 3.5, almost. From my view, it's really like 3 1/4. I'd like to come down a whole 3 inches in the back, would be really ideal. And then in the front, hoping it doesn't get out of hand here, but we got our 2-inch drop spindles, which that looks like it'll bring it right to the top of the tire, which would be looking good. As it is right now, you can see right here, get a little chunkadelic. Been rubbing when you crank it all the way. Alright, so things did not go according to plan with these rear springs, unfortunately. And that's okay. You live and you learn. So, good $400 right here. We got us some 2-inch lowering springs, and hopefully they will just do the trick beautifully. Came with new front and rear bushings, which is nice. I believe, I don't know, they look like they look and feel like these are Delrin pretty hard. And let's see the other side. I thought it said that there was rubber in one end and like Delrin or something in the other. And yeah, that's just a rubber in there. I don't know why they do that. You guys tell me. But enough screwing around. I plan on driving this thing today, so I need to get those swapped out as quick as possible. Let's take a look at that height difference here. That's quite a bit, really. They're saying 2-inch drop. We'll see. All right, on to the front end. We got the car jacked up, put on some jack stands, and first things first, gonna have to basically pull the brake caliper off, set it aside up here somewhere, pull this dust cap off, get the spindle nut off there, so I can pull the rotor off, and back behind here, I have to pull our little, I don't know, this wishbone shaped thing for the control arm, or attaches the tie rod to the steering, and then our upper ball joint and our lower ball joint, and then basically we should be able to just pop the knuckle up off there, swap it out. Well, we didn't make it too far, just in the driveway actually, but still see sitting pretty high in the back. Hopefully it'll settle down a little bit, but the front, we caught a little trouble. And yeah, it's not pretty, but nothing a little fender rolling action won't fix. Maybe have to get a new one of these, guys. I don't know, because this is just aluminum, not stainless like original. But I was afraid, I'd never done an alignment on this thing, so I was afraid that I might need to pull some camber in the top or something. But these are 235, 45, 17, and I've got right here brand new pair of 215 45 17s. So probably gonna have to go swap those out, and that should cure this issue because that tire's kind of ballooned out pretty far from the rim. So that'll give us some fixing to be continued. TBT. Youch. Look at that wrinkle job. At least it's pretty good. On the exterior part of the fender is fine. And just see it, the tire just ripped it right out of there. Didn't like it. So I'm going to use the old Makita here. Just give it a little light heating just to soften up the paint and everything, and then just massage her slowly with the rubber mallet, get it back into place. There we go, boys and girls. No harm done. just pretty much back the way it was before. Gonna tape it off and just touch a little paint on there. Put our little aluminum chrome trim back on. Put the wheel on. Add some camber. And we'll be good to go. So this here is the finished product. As you can see, I've been cruising it around from the thumbnail photos, and it's no longer rubbing. And we did get the 215s on here, but I also did add some shims on the upper A-arm. Pulled the camber in a little bit, both sides. She's been doing good. Back is not as low as I would like, but it's okay. It's working. I did run over a catalytic converter on the road the other day. That was pretty awful. I don't know if you can see that nice bend in the lower control arm. And power steering fluid leak, you know, just never ends. But it also hit the front of the traction bar here. Nice little kink in it right there. What can you do? Stuff happens. I'm just glad I didn't shoot out the side of the fender and jack something up, you know. When you steal catalytic converters, you want to make sure they're secure. Don't let them just fly off on the road or whatever, you know. You're going to lose money.